Join Kids Hut family. Tofu? Tofu! Tofu, what are you doing here? Your friends and I were waiting for you at the library. I thought you promised to go with us and help our librarian, Miss Peters, today.
Oh dear, there are so many of you. I'm sure you can manage without me.
But Tofu, you promised.
Why are you so angry, dear? It's just the library.
Yes, but you promised us. How can you be so careless, Tofu? If you behave like this, one day you will have no friends left.
What do you mean?
Haven't you heard of the bear and the two friends?
No.
Okay, let me tell you their story. Once upon a time, two friends had to travel through the forest. It was a dangerous forest with many wild animals. There were lions, bears, snakes, and even poisonous spiders in the forest. As the two friends entered the forest, they were gripped with fear of what lay ahead.
I am so scared.
I wish we didn't have to go through this forest. I agree with you, but we have no choice. We must cross the forest to get to the other village.
What if we get into trouble?
Let's promise that if any of us get into trouble, the other will not run away. He will stay and help the one who is in trouble.
Yes, I promise you, my friend. I won't leave you alone if you are in trouble.
And I promise you the same, my friend.
I am feeling less scared now. I think now I can easily cross the jungle.
I'm glad. Let's go. After some time of walking through the forest, the two friends heard a rustling sound from the bushes ahead of them. They stopped in their tracks.
Oh, what do you think it is?
Shh! I don't know. I can't see clearly. Can you? Just then, a large dark figure appeared ahead of them. Oh no! It's a wild bear!
It hasn't seen us yet. Run!
Saying so, the boy climbed up a tall tree and sat on one of its branches. But his friend didn't know how to climb a tree. My friend, I don't know how to climb a tree. Please help me climb it. But the boy on the tree did not help him. He shook his head and held closely to the tree. The boy on the ground saw the bear approaching him and quickly lay down on the spot. He had heard that bears do not attack dead things, so he closed his eyes, held his breath, and lay very still. the bear came close to him. It came close to his head and sniffed and smelled his ear to see if the boy was breathing, but the boy held his breath. Thinking that he was dead, the bear left the boy and moved on. After the bear had left, the boy from the tree came down. "Are you all right?" Yes, I am." "That was a close call." "True, it was."
Tell me, my friend, I saw the bear come close to your ear and whisper something. What did it say to you?
"It told me to be wary of a false friend and not keep such company." Which of the two friends do you think are behaving like Tofu?
Like the one who broke his promise and climbed the tree.
What are you going to do about it?
Apologize to you and my friends and go to the library immediately to help.
Okay, shall we go then? What is the matter, Tofu?
I wanted to be the class leader, dear, but I didn't win the poetry contest last week, and today I accidentally dropped the fish bowl and it broke. My teacher had to put the class fish into plastic bags and take them home. Oh, yes. I'm sure I won't become the class leader now. I'm sure no one in class likes me now.
I understand why you feel like that, Tofu. But don't lose hope. Even the worst situations can lead to something nice.
I don't think that can ever happen, Tia.
Well, it happened to the musicians of Bremen.
Musicians of Bremen? What happened to them?
Musicians of Bremen. Once upon a time, a man had a donkey. When the donkey grew old and sick, the man decided to kill him and sell his skin. The donkey understood his master's plans and ran away and took the road to Bremen.
I will go to Bremen and become a musician.
On his way, he saw an old dog lying in the grass.
Dog, what are you doing here?
I have become so old. I cannot gather the sheep for my master like I used to, so my master beats me.
Why don't you come with me to Bremen? We will become musicians there.
The dog agreed, and the two new friends continued their journey. In some time, they came upon a cat sitting by the road. Looking like the skies were about to come down on him.
Cat, what's wrong with you? Why do you look so sullen?
It is my mistress. I have grown old and cannot chase the mice like I used to. So she has planned to get rid of me by drowning me in the river. Oh, that's not nice. I have an idea. The donkey and I are going to Bremen to become musicians. Why don't you join us? You can sing a jolly tune too.
The cat liked the idea very much and made his escape with his two new friends. They had only walked a while when they came upon a cock. He was singing without a stop.
Cock, what is wrong with you? This is not the hour for you to sing.
Well, my mistress is having a big dinner party over, and she has instructed the cook to cook me for a soup. My head will be cut off this evening, so I'm singing till my neck and throat are intact.
Is that it? We all are going to Bremen to become musicians. Why don't you come with us? After all, you already know beats and tunes.
And so the party set forth on their journey to Bremen, which was still very far. As night fell, they felt tired and hungry.
We must find a spot to eat and rest for the night.
Everybody agreed and they decided to look for a place to spend the night. In some time, they came upon a lonely house. Its lights were lit and they could hear the sounds of a gathering from inside. The cat climbed up a tree and peeped in from an open window.
It is a gang of robbers, and they have delicious spread of meats and drinks before them. I could use a couple of bones with some meat right now.
And I could with something to drink. My throat is parched.
Let us find a way to drive the robbers away.
The four friends huddled together and at last came up with a plan to drive the robbers away. The donkey put his front feet on the ledge of the window and the dog climbed over his back. The cat climbed on the dog and the cock flew on the top of the cat's head. Once they were ready, they all performed their music together. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat mewed, and the cock cock-a-doodled. The music was so loud that the windows of the house shook and threatened to come down upon the robbers. The robbers were scared by these unimaginable sounds and quickly flee from the house. As soon as they were gone, the four musicians took over the dining table and fed themselves full. Once they were done, they switched off the lights and went to sleep.
I will sleep on the straw.
I will sleep by the door.
I
I will sleep upon the hearth by the warmth of the fireplace.
I will sleep on this beam of the house. Soon they all fell asleep. A little away from the house, the robbers watched as the lights of the house went off.
We shouldn't have been scared like this. One of you go back in and tell us what is going on inside the house.
And so one of the men made his way back into the house. The house was so dark and quiet that he went to the kitchen to strike a light. But he mistook the cat's shiny eyes for coal and put a burning match to them. Shocked by the attack, the cat jumped on the robber and scratched his face. This scarred the robber, and he ran towards the back of the door to find a way out of the house. But in the dark, he accidentally stepped on the dog that bit his leg. All the commotion woke the cock, and he came flying down to land on the robber's head and cried, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo." Ultimately, the donkey kicked him out of the house with his hind legs. The robber ran to the rest of the gang.
Chief, the house is haunted. An evil witch lives there. She scratched my face. At the door stands a man with a knife. He cut my leg. In the backyard is a monster that hit me with a club. And on the roof sits a judge who screamed, "Bring the knave up, too."
Hearing this, the robbers got on their horses and left the house forever. But everything went so well for the four musicians that they decided to live in that house forever. And never made it to Bremen. So you see, Tofu, even when you think that nothing is working out, all you have to do is keep trying and things will turn around. Thanks, Tia. I always feel so much better after talking to you. You're always welcome, Tofu. What's wrong, Tofu?
I can't sleep.
Would a bedtime story help?
Yeah, I guess.
The Ugly Duckling. Once near a beautiful pond, there lived a handsome duck couple. They were very excited as the babies were about to get hatched from the eggs. The papa duck was so eager to see his babies that all he could do was roam here and there in anxiety. Suddenly, what they hear is sweet little quack quacks coming from the nest, and the papa duck just rushes to the nest to catch the first glimpse of his babies.
Oh my God! They are so lovely!
Suddenly, a hoarse quack comes from below Mama Duck. Quack!
You are so ugly and pale. You can't be our baby.
The papa and mama duck, along with their 4 babies, sail away, far away from the ugly duckling, leaving him behind in dismay and all alone. The poor duckling doesn't know what's wrong with him. He checks his wings, his beak, his feet, but all looks fine. Suddenly, he turns around and sees his reflection in the pond. And what he sees sends him complete disappointment.
Nobody loves me. What would I do now? Where would I go?
The ugly duckling starts walking in complete sadness. So many days, weeks, and months pass by, and the poor ugly duckling wanders all alone in the deep forest. Suddenly, he stops and feels extremely cold.
Oh, it is so cold. I wish I had a warm house too.
Suddenly, a huge ball of snow comes rolling from behind, and the poor duckling gets caught in that and starts screaming for help. A woodcutter cutting the woods in a nearby place hears the scream of the duckling and runs for help.
Oh, poor thing. Come here. You need something warm to drink.
The woodcutter picks up the ugly duckling and keeps him in the warmth of his overcoat. He takes him home and keeps him wrapped in a warm blanket right in front of the fireplace.
Don't worry, poor little thing. I will take care of you.
And like this, many years pass by, and the ugly duckling grew under the care of the woodcutter. But one thing he made sure, never did he see his reflection again. One day, on a sunny afternoon, he was wandering around the sides of a lake. Suddenly, he sees a wedge of swans swimming in the pond.
Look at those swans. They are so beautiful. I wish I was a beautiful duck too. I have no friends because I'm so ugly. I feel oh so lonely.
To his amazement, he sees the wedge of swans coming towards him. What he sees is the most beautiful swan ever.
Hey, we have never seen you around. Are you new here?
No, I live nearby with the woodcutter. It's just that I don't come out often.
Why is that so?
Because I'm an ugly duck. Nobody loves me. Nobody wants me.
Not to his surprise, he sees them laughing at him. He decides to turn back when suddenly he hears the voice of the beautiful swan.
Wait,
Where are you going?
See, even you guys made fun of me. That's the reason I never come out.
We laughed because you call yourself a duck.
What do you mean?
Yes, you are not a duck. You are a swan. And I haven't seen such a handsome swan ever in my life. He couldn't believe of what he just heard and stood there in a state of shock. And after a few seconds, managed to say,
What?
The beautiful swan held the hand of the duck and took him near the pond. See yourself. You are a swan. The ugly duckling very reluctantly bends over the water because he doesn't want to see the ugly him. But what he sees leaves him in total disbelief. He is not a duck. He is a swan, a handsome young swan.
I am a swan.
He jumps and flies and swims in sheer happiness and then suddenly stops to thank the beautiful swan.
Thank you so much for making me know who I am.
So now that you know you are a swan, would you join our wedge? We would live together as a happy family.
Yes, I would love to do that.
And then the ugly duckling, the handsome swan, jumps into the water with the rest of the swans and swims proudly with them.
So the poor duck was never a duck? A swan all throughout?
Yeah, and that's what the moral of the story is. A diamond doesn't know its worth till it's polished.
Aha!
Good night, Tofu. It's time to sleep now.
Hey, Tia.
Yes, Tofu.
My teacher wrote a report that I need to get signed by Mom.
What? Why?
She said that I didn't do things as asked.
Oh, why is that?
I just thought she's giving instructions just like that. I didn't think there was any meaning to her instructions.
That's not a good thing, Tofu.
Yes. But why does she give so many instructions? And why do I have to follow them always?
I think you should follow your teacher's instructions, otherwise you will experience something similar to Peter Rabbit.
Why? What did he experience?
Peter Rabbit. Once upon a time, there lived a rabbit called Peter Rabbit. He lived with his mother and brothers, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. One day, their mother told them that she was going out for some work.
Children, I have to go finish some errands. Till then, you can go and play in the lane. Just be careful that you do not go to MacGregor's garden at all. You all remember
that your father had an accident there, don't you? Mrs. McGregor had put him in the pie.
Once their mother had gone, all the brothers went down the lane to play. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were very good kids, and they followed their mother's instructions. But Peter Rabbit was a naughty one. He went to the McGregor's garden all by himself and squeezed himself under the fence. The garden was full of delicious vegetables.
Wow! So many vegetables! I will eat them all.
And quickly, Peter Rabbit filled his stomach with lettuce, French beans, and radishes.
Oh, I think I have eaten too much. I need some parsley to help my stomach.
And so Peter went looking for parsley deeper in McGregor's garden. He was just crossing the cucumber patch when he ran into Mr. McGregor.
Thief! Stop! Stop right there!
Mr. McGregor ran after Peter, trying to catch him. The moment Peter saw him coming, he took off.
Oh no! I must run. If I get to the shed, I should be okay.
Peter quickly dashed into the tool shed and dived into a can. The can was filled with water, but Peter had no choice. Mr. McGregor had followed him into the shed.
Where did that rabbit go?
Mr. McGregor couldn't find Peter anywhere, and so he decided to check outside the shed. As soon as he turned away, Peter got out of the can and dashed out. But Mr. McGregor spotted him.
There, that thief! After him! I won't let him go this time!
Somehow, Peter managed to get away. He caught his breath and sat down under the blueberry bush. Just then he heard someone talking to him.
Are you okay? Can you help me find the way out of here?
The mouse showed Peter the way out of the garden. Peter quickly got out of the garden and headed home.
Oh, Peter! Good you're home. What took you so long?
Nothing, Mom. I am just very tired. I think I will sleep.
The mother was very surprised. She let Peter go to sleep early. At supper time, she made the children's favorite dinner. And served them the carrot pie that she had got for them from the market. But Peter Rabbit was so tired that he slept through the entire dinner and missed his favorite meal.
Oh no! I don't think I ever want to experience anything like that. I will think twice before not following any instructions from my elders.
That's awesome, Tofu. Come on now. We'll get you some carrot pie and then you can get the report signed by Mom.
Yes, let's go, Tia. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.